Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Shining Force 3 Scenario 3, and we are starting off this episode with introducing our newest Force member. We have Honesty, the Pegasus Knight, and much like any other Knight class, her support ability is the Crit Evade or Succumb, depending on the translation thereof. The Crit Evade makes more sense because Succumb sounds like, what does that mean? It's very vague. So yes, Pegasus Knight, level 11, HP of 45, attack of 63, defense of 35, agility of 26, luck of 5, movement of 7. Now, I believe she also counts as a flying character because being a Pegasus Knight, so she does not really get the defense bonus for terrain, and that also makes her incredibly weak to ranged units. So, something to keep in mind. Also, as a knight, she has very little magic resistance, but she also has a significant weakness because of wind being a flying unit. So no fire resistance, 3 ice resistance, 8 spark resistance, 5 light resistance. But she has a -5 to dark and -15 to wind. So yeah, that's gonna kinda suck. She does come equipped with a steel lance, which she is level 2 in, where she has Lance Charge and Bee Strike, and Bee Strike is unique to Pegasus Knights using the lance. So that is one thing we do have going for us, is a lot of the interesting classes that have access to certain weapons, but they get some unique abilities for it, so that's going to be fun. Alright, so we are here in the town, depending on Defenda or Garter. It's Garderer. Garter? G-U-A-R-D-E-R, according to one of the guides. It's like, I have no idea. But we have access to a bunch of stuff. So there's a blacksmith here, there's an exit on either side, so know where your exits are. We're going to go looking for items first, and this place is actually really weirdly laid out, so let's see, the first item is a large mithril, and that is going to be in the pillar next to the church, which is that one. So we're going to get a large mithril there. Next is the bright honey, and that is inspect pot under yellow and black striped tent. So this one, that one, bright honey. Next, we have a brave apple. Inspect the corner of the box of apples opposite the blue and black striped tent. Alright, so I'm guessing this is the blue and black striped tent, because there's no really other striped tents here. I'd say it's more blue and blue. Just different shades of blue. Alright, so it's not that. So that's obviously not a box of apples. So, are you a box of apples? No. Are you? Let's see. You are a box of apples, and naturally there would be a brave apple in a box of apples. Alright, so next we need the item shop, which is up here. So it's this shop right here. The shops are actually really awkwardly designed in this town. This whole town is just really awkwardly designed. Alright, so there's a shelf in here that we can get access to. That's obviously not it, so it's gotta be one of these behind the scenes. Not that one. And find 600 gold. And then there is a haggle here that we have access to. The Power Undies, which, again, we don't really care about the Power Undies because counterattack for most of my female units, not exactly the most worthwhile, but they do have deals. There are 3 pieces of large mithril in this shop, so we can actually start getting some mithril weapons, especially since there is a blacksmith here. Alright, but next let's continue moving on and getting the items. We need there's 700 gold in the shelf in the house next to the item shop. Are you a house or are you our headquarters? You are headquarters. So that's not who we want. That's not what we want to do. We want the 700 gold house. So you look very house-ish, you know? House-esque. House-adjacent. 700 gold. First try. Alright, we're just gonna leave your house after taking your life savings. Alright. Oh, wait, there's something else in here. There is a angel wing in the box in the house next to the item shop. So, box? No? Maybe it's down here? Oh. Oh, no, I wanted to go down here. I don't think I can get under there to look at that box. Is there a box in here? No. Let's see. What does it look like? What am I looking for? Oh, it's not a box, it's the barrel. Yeah, it's the barrel next. Barrel's got the angel wing. Alright, so what else were we looking for? The inn. Let's see. I guess... Does it really matter what... I mean, this is the bar. I guess that's where we want to go. Barrel on first floor of inn is what we were looking for. I don't see one. So let's go up here, because there's two entrances that it says. I guess, though, that this is... Alright, so... Fairy powder. Okay, so this is one of those that it's the... Not the first floor, or not the ground floor, but the first floor. The upper floor. I kind of hate that that's the thing. It's like, the guides don't do a good job of saying... like, especially since there are typically fewer than 2 floors, you could say upstairs and downstairs. Like, that would be a good way to discern what's where. Saying first floor when you're on what could be the first floor, or what could be... Are you going to relate it to ground floor? Because I've very rarely seen ground floor of these. Alright, so we need to go to the blacksmith. That's where the next item on the list is. And... blacksmith is kind of hidden away really close to the church. So that's actually going to be really interesting for when we start to do the mithril weapons. Alright, so we got an antidote herb there, a healing drop, barrel on first floor, house next to the weapon shop. So that's going to be the upper level. Hopefully. Where is the weapon shop? Alright, this is the weapon shop, so it's the barrel on first floor of house next to weapon shop. So I'm betting you, because you are very house-looking. And if we're talking about first floor, then that would be this, and this is going to be a barrel. Is there a barrel? There is a barrel. Healing drop. And the last is a barrel in the house to the south of the weapon shop. That... So this one? Is this a house? It's got some guys in it. Large mithril. Alright, so we now have all of that. Now, in terms of weapons that can be purchased, there are a bunch. Let's, in fact, go into the... We're not going to buy any of them, because we're going to go make some mithril stuff, is what we're going to aim to do. I do have a piece of dark matter that I'm going to make probably into a bow and arrow and sell. Alright, so let's see what weapons they've got. So we can buy a new knife, great sword, rapier, steel blade, steel lance, battle spear, pole axe, great axe, battle hatchet, battle mace, battle claw, steel glove, steel stasis, king arrow, heavy quarrel, shell, buster shot, and battle wing. So we have the battle wing. That's the other weapon that Honesty can use. I don't think she can use spears. I think she can only use lances and wings. I'm not 100% on that one. And what deals do you have available? Basically the same stuff that we've had before. So not really anything that we need to worry about. Alright, I'm going to go buy the mithril from the item shop. Actually, first and foremost, where's the headquarters is right next to you. So we're gonna deal with some items, and then we are going to deal with figuring out what weapons to make. Because a couple of people told me that some of the special characters, like Roly and Thousand, their weapon upgrades do not actually upgrade as such. Like, they don't get mithril weapons. Supposedly we could make orichalcum weapons when we have access to that much later in the game. So that's something to be aware of. But as of now, there are multiple characters that I cannot do anything with. And we do have the Shiva sword to sell to get a little bit extra cash. So I'm going to sell that. I don't think I need those ruin maps anymore. We have 2 pieces of dark matter to turn into things. Alright, so let's see. First, let's give some healing items to a couple of people. There. That works out there. And so we could make Julian, we can make Donhort, Kate, Cyclops, Leon, and Honesty. So I'm going to put one on Honesty, we're going to put one on Leon, put one on Cyclops. Still need to make one of those. We have that. I'm going to put that on Kate, because that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to make 2 of those and sell them. Alright, so I'm going to save it before I do this as well, just in case I screw up mathematically, which is entirely possible. I am not a mathematician. I do not like numbers. We do not get along. Actually, numbers and I get along fine. It's when numbers and letters start intermingling. It's when I have to find X or solve for Y, or why the hell do I have to do this, is when I start getting a little derpy when it comes to math. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to save. We're going to overwrite this one. And we're going to go make some stuff. And then I'm also going to sell some stuff. So we're going to make 2 cursed bows. And again, we're going to get more dark matter, but in this game, it's not nearly as... like, the dark matter weapons, they're alright. They're not great. But because we have access to orichalcum weapons much later in the game, it kind of... It kind of throws things, you know, into a much different mindset of what equipment to make. And obviously, I don't have a lot of money, so I don't think I'm going to be able to make too many of these mithril weapons. So that kind of sucks. Alright, so we're going to put that on Julian just so it doesn't get equipped accidentally. Let's go sell a couple of things. And weapon shop is over here. I can just pop in, sell those two. I could sell the sleep wand, but it's not going to give me a lot of money. So, does he actually have a cash register? I think he does. Alright, so that gives me enough money to make one. And hopefully this will give me enough money to make two. So I should be able to get 3 mithril weapons, so I'm not going to worry about buying the extra mithril at the moment, because there's really not anything I can do about it. So that's going to boil down to what to make in terms of the best equipment. So the axe is going to be 8,000, so I can make one of those. The claw is going to be 6,000, I can make one of those. I need halberd is going to be 13, lance is 12, so I can make 2 of those. Okay, I should be able to make... Leon, Honesty, Cyclops, and Kate are the people that I really want to make stuff for. So that's what I'm going to aim for. I could make Julian something, but I really think this would work better for me. Alright, let's go make the other cursed item. And then I'm going to save it again, and I'll probably do the equipment making for the people that I actually want off screen, just so I can figure out what equipment I actually want to give them. But again, in this game, the mithril weapons are not the end-all be-all. In fact, they get very quickly outclassed when it comes to the orichalcum weapons that I've already mentioned. So, alright, so we'll get that, sell it, and then I should have just enough to make mithril weapons for the people that I want to. And since the several of them are actually going to be, you know, cheaper, like the claw and the axe are going to be a little bit less costly than, say, like the blade. Actually, the blade is 9,000. I could make one for Julian, but I don't think Julian needs it quite as badly at the moment. If I have enough money, I'll buy one and make one for Julian. Because, yeah, he's got a little cash register. Adorable. Alright, let's sell. And then I could also sell his sword, which that's another thing I have to keep into consideration, is selling the weapons that I'm going to be getting will give me a little bit of money back. Alright, so let's see. Dawnhort would be another one. So I would need... that's where it's going to get, because the halberd's 13, the lance is 12. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and end this episode here. I'm gonna do some math off screen and figure out who the best people to make equipment for is going to be, because I could make pretty much one for everyone that's got a non-special weapon at the moment. So that's going to be the goal. Hopefully I have the money to do that. So I'm going to save it, and I will see you all in the next installment, where I will hopefully have some decent mithril weapons for my entire force. Hopefully. Here's really hoping. So till then, later everyone.